Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Sitting Ringside. We are back after a long layoff, but we are back, fellas. Feels good to be back. We are actually in episode number 198. As always, I am Robert Villa, and with me, my homies. David Rodriguez, Mark M. U. Miller, and of course, Rudy Lara. How's it going, fellas?
What's up?
It's going good, man.
We
Happy
are
New
back.
Year, everybody.
Happy
2024.
New Year, happy Thanksgiving, happy Christmas, happy
Kwanzaa,
Hanukkah, happy
Feliz
everything.
Navidad, all that good shit.
Oh, hell yeah, man. We are back. Our first episode of 2024. It feels good to be back with the homies on a Thursday night. Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
How have y'all been?
Unfortunately, though, I forgot my suit and I forgot my 6-pack of Bud Light, but I made it. You know.
It's all right, bro.
It's okay. You're here.
Mark brought a case of Molson.
Yeah, and his big
I
old
don't
eyes.
drink anymore.
His,
Yeah.
I don't
his
have any
camera
Molson.
is like all up in his fucking eyes.
You don't
I
drink
could throw out
anymore?
some olive Molson, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
All I see is Mark's eyes on the fucking camera here. Oh, there we go. Now we can see some of him.
There we
you
go.
are. There
Yeah,
you
I
go.
can-
See,
There
we've been
you
off for a little
go.
bit.
We got my phone.
Yeah.
'Cause
We
my
got to
dad
remember
here,
how to
but
do
you're
this.
right.
You know what I
It's
mean?
pretty
We've been
much
off
it
for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, just so you guys know, we
I was
are
gonna
streaming
say,
live
Rudy.
on Instagram and on Rumble. We just added those
nice.
channels, so you can find us on a shitload of different channels, even on LinkedIn, Spotify, Instagram, Kick, Facebook,
YouTube.
X. I mean, you name it, we're on everything.
Hell yeah. And of course, on all the podcast
And soon you can find us on
audio. Yeah, you can find us everywhere. Just Google us and you'll find us.
We even make vinyls from our episodes, and that's part of our special fan club. You guys want to join? You get a free vinyl every month. You get a new vinyl of one of the episodes of your choice.
There you go.
Yeah. Patreon account.
All right. Well, fellas, before we get started with this banger of a show, let's give a quick shout out to, of course, our friends at HKA USA. Go check them out every Thursday. Y'all are going to hear me say it. HKA USA. Just go. You won't regret it. Go check them out. Also, to our streaming partners, MMA TV, The Zone, ESPN Plus, Flow Combat, and the new Triller TV. There's no more Fight TV. There's Triller TV. So go to Triller TV as well. just go to our website, fightbookmma.com. You'll see all our streaming partners there. And also to all of our promotions that we work with very, very closely: Brave Combat, PFL, One Championship, Fight World MMA, XFN, and the list goes on. So go check them out. Also, our friends at foxhoundfuel.com. Go to foxhoundfuel.com. I believe our QR code will pop up there. Scan the QR code, get yourself a discount. Use our discount code FBMMA in all caps. You'll get 20% off on every single purchase. Also, to our boy, for the fellas at John Tyler, go to johntyler.com or go to his Instagram or find and click there at the website at the bottom. He's got some banger underwear, so go check him out. Use our discount code. You'll
Never
also
heard
get
it described as that. Banger underwear. Ladies and gentlemen, we got some banger underwear. You can bang a couple out into your underwear.
You'll get 20% off on all your purchases. Just use our discount code in all caps, Fightbook. And if you want to get some merch, go and click the QR code or hit up fightbookmma.com or send me a DM if you don't see anything you want there. Also, we are going to be dropping some new merch as well. Our boy Emmett, he did some banger designs, and I'm gonna work on that this weekend so we can get that loaded.
So can you
Yeah,
guess?
even the Not a Real Fight Fan exclusive merch, low key drop, limited, super limited.
Super limited. All right, guys, let's do the quick rundown of the events that are happening this weekend in the MMA, kickboxing, grappling, Muay Thai category. This Friday night, we have LFA 174, Jones versus Genrich. And the next two events are going to be streaming live at the website on Fightbook MMA. We have one Fight Night 18, Gasanov versus Take. And also on Saturday, we have Shamrock FC 351. And of course, UC Fight Night 234, Ankala versus Walker 2.
Hey, so is that one event going to be in the morning
Yes.
like they usually are on Fridays?
Yep.
Badass.
Yeah. Yeah. All the one fight nights are always in the morning.
So that's tomorrow, right?
Yep. Tomorrow night. Yes, sir.
Yeah, on Amazon.
Well, tomorrow
Amazon
night for
Prime,
them, right?
Yeah,
Tomorrow
it's
night.
yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow night for them, morning for us.
Okay, yeah. I usually wake up like at 6, bro, and they're already on, and I'll start watching those fights.
Sometimes they'll start at 6 or at 6:30. It just all depends on what time they decide to start.
I've been missing it, bro. I've been missing it.
Oh, I know, man. I know. Our boy Ray Flores is going to be out there color commentating for one fight night. So he flew out Monday night, and yeah, he's going to be out there. All right, guys. In the other category, we have boxing live in Quebec City, Canada, on
Quebec.
ESPN Plus. We got two title fights. Archer Betterby versus Caleb Smith. They're going to be fighting for Betterby's WBC, WBO, and IBF light heavyweight titles. Also, the co-main, another title fight, Jason Maloney versus Saul Sanchez. They're fighting for Maloney's WBO bantamweight title. And the next event is going to be in Oost-Vlaanderen, Belgium. Femke Hermans
Good job.
versus Esther Konechna. This is a 6-rounder in the women's junior midweights. And that's
those are women.
guys. Yeah, man. These are the women's. I don't know where they're streaming this at, but if you really want to see that fight, Google it.
Damn, that's pretty fucked up there, Roberto.
Hell yeah. It's 2024, bro.
Internet pay-per-view. Yeah.
And of course, David, as we always say after these announcements,
For the first time, need not forget in 2024, you're not watching every single second of every round of every fight of every event that Rob just mentioned. And going to fightbookmma.com for all the latest results. Not a fight fan.
Not
No,
a
Not a
you're
real
talking
fight
about
fan,
that.
folks.
Come on.
And you got to be doing the Fuck It Friday challenges. Just because we didn't have a show doesn't mean that you can't be doing those challenges. I know Dana was doing some nasty ones, bro.
Was he?
And I did them all because I'm a fight fan, bro.
Yeah, you got to when there's no fights. The fucking Friday challenge is there, so you got to double down on that
Yep.
to make
I didn't know
up
he
for
was
there
doing
not
them.
being fights, or you got to just watch fights from the old days and do the fucking Friday challenge. Just
Old
do
fights
it.
are the best, though.
Yeah, it's always fun.
But it's 2024. There's plenty of outside the cage news.
Yeah,
I think it's time.
it's time, Rudy.
Is it time?
It's time.
Inside the Cage News.
Man, oh man, since we last done a show,
Yeah.
hasn't everything been outside the cage news? If we did an entire
Mhm.
on outside the cage news, it'd be a 5-hour show, but we got limited time, fellas. But there has been big money moves. I want to start with the man, big money man, $20 million man, apparently, Francis Ngannou, officially making that second run at boxing against. I mean, this is the fight you wanted, Rudy Lara. I want you to take first.
Well,
You wanted Wilder. We've seen what happened with Wilder. He draws the Anthony Joshua fight. What do you think, man? It's a bad matchup for Joshua, right?
I think it's a bad matchup for Joshua, man. I was excited about the Wilder fight, but that boxing event at the end of the year where they had Joshua and Wilder fighting on the same card, that was basically, if they both won their fights, which Joshua did, they would have been facing each other. And I guess the winner of that one would have been fighting Francis Ngannou, but Wilder dropped the bag,
Yeah.
dude, and I don't know, his interview, man, he just didn't seem like he wanted to do it anymore. He didn't fight it. Yeah. He was just like, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. I don't know, man. And I don't see that kind of fire in him to beat someone like Ngannou anymore. Joshua, I don't know. I think he's going to get chinned, bro. I think he's getting chinned by Francis Ngannou. Bad matchup, man.
Well, look who Andy did to him back in the day. Francis is gonna blow his fucking head off.
Yeah, and you're right though, Rudy. Like the card that you talk about, the Wilder matchup, the stars were aligning. Say they both won, that was the fight, and then indeed they would have went a different route with Francis. Maybe Francis even got the rematch with Tyson Fury. You never know. Somewhere down the line, that more than likely happens. It's going to generate tons of money. I mean, anybody that's fighting, well, Francis is talking big money in every fight now, no matter what. So a win over Anthony Joshua, Rob. Ngannou's the true king, right? He did it the right way. I mean, shit, we never got the fight we all wanted as combat sports fans against John Jones, but we're seeing Francis going out there making truckloads of cash, right, Rob?
Bro, it's going to be an exciting fight. I think I'm sure we're all in agreement that Ngannou is going to just fucking destroy him. It's
I wouldn't go that far. I think he stands a way better chance than most people are giving him. I think he's going to win, but
I do too. I think he's going to win.
I think it's going to be a tough fight, bro.
It's going to be a fun night to watch these two go.
If we get Anthony Joshua that fought in his last fight, I mean, that dude was on point, bro. He looked phenomenal.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And if he could do that against someone like Francis Ngannou, which I think he can, the dude is skilled, man, and he's got most of his fights are by knockout. People kind of overlook that. He's just not one of those guys that pulls the trigger as hard as Francis Ngannou, man. And that dude, I don't know. You gotta change the way you fight when you fight someone like Francis Ngannou. Wilder Fury was a prime example,
Mm.
And I don't care what people say, kind of excuses. He didn't take the fight seriously, whatever. He still fought the guy, and he didn't fight the way he normally fights. He had to adjust, and I don't know, man. It's an exciting matchup, man. I'm hoping. I'm not going to be mad who wins either way. I'm hoping Joshua wins by knockout, and I'm hoping Ngannou wins by knockout. It'd be double knockout would be amazing.
A double KO.
What do you guys think of? Yo, I was just saying, what do you guys think of it? Well, it's slated for March. UFC 300. We don't have a main event. Do you think this type of card, could generate more pay-per-view buys than UFC 300? We don't we don't know the card. It's still building up, of course.
They have to
But
stack the shit out of
boxing,
that card.
yeah. I'm just interested to see what they do with the card because, yeah, it's still a little ways out. But of course, like we had talked before, these shows that they're doing in Riyadh, in Saudi Arabia, they're going all out. They're putting all the cash on. It doesn't matter. Money isn't an option. They're putting it down. So you never know what they're going to put on that card, right?
Yeah, man, it's exciting, dude. I mean, as far as the main event for 300, I think it all depends on who wins that main event tomorrow. I mean, on Saturday night. Let's
Yeah.
put it like that,
True.
bro. Yeah,
But
imagine Johnny Walker winning the main
Oh,
event and fighting
dude.
Pereira for the belt.
Ooh.
That would be a banger, dude. But I mean, if we get a Johnny Walker that just comes out with some crazy flash and KO on Saturday night and knocks off a guy that most people think is pretty much a shoe-in, he's going to beat Johnny Walker. That would be amazing, bro. That'd be the dream. I would enjoy UFC 300. That's like a perfect matchup,
Yeah, I mean, well, the state of UFC 300, like you were saying, Rudy, before we went live, UFC 299, a lot of our cards are more like, amped up looking forward to that card. But the UFC, man, like I was listening to Luke Thomas today. Like it's not like they could just dig up anybody. Like there's not many big stars. We talked about it before. Like Connor, that shit's just getting out of control. We don't know when he's coming back. Whatever. John Jones apparently had a second operation on his elbow. That fight with Stipe. We'll get to that in a little bit when we talk Jones and Tom Aspinall. But UFC 300, yeah, I guess, yeah, Johnny Walker. It's very possible because Alex Pereira is that's who's going to main event UFC 300. We just don't know who he's fighting yet. For sure.
Dude, on the UFC website, they just have Aaron Blanchfield versus Manon Fiorot. Yeah, that's the only fight that's listed. Like that should tell you everything. UFC 299 has the entire card pretty much listed, and that is stacked upon stacked. It's a great card, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, March, April, we're definitely going to be spoiled going into the summertime. Say that Jones and Stipe are actually fighting. Tom Aspinall, that's a guy that should be fighting also on UFC 300. So, but I don't like the matchup that people are proposing that Tom Aspinall should fight Alex Pereira. I think Tom Aspinall would run Alex Pereira over, in my opinion. So,
you think so?
And it's an interim title. It's an interim heavyweight belt. Tom needs to fight for the real heavyweight title. You know what I mean? That's just my take on it. But
yeah,
he does. But yeah, UFC 300 definitely. We don't know. It's definitely pyramids. Where's the pyramids at?
I know, right?
Oh, the pyramids, man. You cue them up, bro. We got to cue them up. We're going to see some aliens. That's the only way, UFC 300 is going to do good. Got to see some aliens.
Yeah. Aliens versus
especially those tall aliens that are roaming around Miami, apparently. Right?
Bro, look, the rumor has
we'll talk about that on the outside, more on the outside.
Dude, the rumor has it that the main event is going to be GSP versus Khabib.
Well,
or
laugh all you want, bro.
No. What, Rob?
Did Mark Hunt come out of retirement?
Oh yeah, well,
against Brock Lesnar, against
Mark. No, it was it was his brother Mike.
No, it's gonna be what did Anthony Smith say in the podcast with Bisming? He said Jim Miller against Brock Lesnar, and he believes Jim Miller to take Brock Lesnar.
Bro.
Nah.
Jim Miller.
Old lunchbox hands. Bro, Brock Lesnar would just club him with a hand.
I don't know. Mark Hunt is actually coming out of retirement to fight in the BKFC promotion.
Oh yeah, I've heard. I believe he could be champ in like one fight. Just give him the title fight, first fight, he could win the belt.
Him versus Ben Rothwell, dude. Boom.
Yeah. But yeah, that's well. There's been some good match. Yeah, BKFC they got the prospect series coming up, right, in Albuquerque, Rob. So our buddy
Mhm.
Freddie Sandoval competing on there, and yeah, they're starting to do the prospect thing, which is kind of like whatever, like a version Dana White's Contender Series, I guess, right? Something
Mhm.
like that, I guess. But
Mhm.
Guess so.
What
anyway,
ifs?
but
Next.
moving on outside of K's news, I do want to get all you guys' take on this because going forward, like this is our first show of 2024. I do want to let you guys know that, well, you guys know who George Piro is, right? And Drug Free Sport International, they do the drug testing for the NFL, the NBA, college, and that. So we got to have some rough takes here and some discussion about like going forward. Will we even see? Because I mean, what 2023, Rudy? Where did we even hear about people popping for whatever PEDs and that? It was like relevant fighters that were like far gone. You know, we didn't hear any big names. Like, remember there was a period in time where fucking Jones was getting popped, fucking Henan Barrow, TJ Dillashaw. You know what I mean? So going forward in 2024, do you think like with this whole, I don't know, it seems kind of weird because like it could be very corrupt and like I don't know, man. Like George Piro is a former, what is he, FBI agent, right? He like fucking interrogated Saddam Hussein in his trials or something like that, right, Rudy?
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't got a problem with them raiding up. I want Vitor back. Everybody wants Vitor. Everybody's
Everybody.
ducking Vitor.
Everybody fucking Vitor.
Nah, but
Yeah.
seriously, man, I think when you get to a certain level, there's people are gonna find ways around shit. Most guys, man, they want to go in there. A real competitor is gonna want to go in there and say, hey, I did this without the help of anything else. You know what I mean? I did this on my own. And you'd like to think that everybody else, goes in there with the same mindset. Not a lot of other people do. They want to get a competitive edge on their opponent. And that's okay. But if you're doing that, be a man and say it. And if you aren't, hey, props to you. Either way, I don't. It doesn't really bother me, man. I don't care what people do outside of the cage, as opposed to what they do inside of the cage.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, because we know there's a lot of they're on the shit, whatever. Like you said, Rudy, there's athletes that take pride in fighting juiced up motherfuckers, and whether it's in the regional promotions, the UFC, Bellator, whatever. Not all those guys are juicing. Not all of them are winning. You know what I mean? So like,
It'd be
yeah,
cool
it
to
was
have like
exciting
a
seeing
juiced
like,
And
up
and
league,
and,
bro.
and to your
We need to do that. We need to do that. We need to make an all inclusive fucking organization. Like the UFC, we'll have like old UFC vets. We'll have a power slap division. We'll have our own trans division, and then we'll have like our juiced up roided division. And if you want to, be interchangeable, you could fight in all of them if you want. Card jitsu,
hey
Jesus
it'd be
Christ.
awesome.
hey
Imagine getting an event from every one of those crazy events just in one night, bro.
oh
It's like, yo,
dude.
you're gonna get fights from Pillow Fight Championship and Karate Combat, Card Jitsu, Basket Brawl. We're bringing all of that shit to you live on TNT.
TNT.
Wow.
TNT, dude.
Hey, to your guys' point on the roids, our boy Joey Jenred said powerlifters and bodybuilders do roids to the max, but can't fight for shit.
Exactly, bro. I mean,
And then he says, I think if you use steroids, you should list everything you're on and your dosage.
yeah, let people know. I mean, if that's what gives you the edge, I guarantee you, bro. If you were forced to tell the truth, um, a lot of guys wouldn't want to do it. They'd be like, "Nah, fuck that, dude." If you had to take like a lie detector test on live television and fail it, you would look like a fool. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, I didn't.
yeah,
I didn't take no. What's a picogram? What's a picogram?
yeah.
I don't know. Ask John Jones.
See, this is a great one. Yeah, no, this is a great discussion in 2024, but fellas, because like in a year's time, we could look back on the show and say, we called it whatever, because like the UFC, they need all their stars, they need every. We don't have a main event for UFC 300,
Mhm.
but what I'm thinking about, like in the grand scheme of things, like back in the USADA era, what's going to be considered the USADA era, like did they do it better? Was a champion in the USADA era? They did it better than the BJ Penn, or George St. Pierre era. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the greats came from those eras. You know what I'm saying? And who wasn't excited to see fucking EPO to the gills, Killishaw? He was amazing. You know what I mean? So there's a couple of them out there. Fucking Vitor, like Vitor is the go-to with the cross shade in his
Vitor,
head.
man.
The guy was
TRT
unbelievable.
Vitor was the bomb.
Yeah,
So,
T-Tour, bro.
I mean,
he was TRT Tour.
Yep.
and going forward too, like there is
That spinning fucking head kick.
yeah.
Wow.
But I think there is
and
some
my
special
apologies, folks. You remember I'm mentioning grabbing all these organizations and smushing them all together. We already have that. They're called Fight Circus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But another thing to add to the new Drug Free Sport International is there is a special like a clause of like people snitching. Like you can get time taken off, kind of like John Jones. We all know John Jones got several months taken off for giving up information, and that's a fact. I mean, that's an MMA fact right there. So if George Piro fucking has to go hunt down John Jones in a cave in the Sandia Mountains and flag him for picograms, you never know. So just want to throw that out there. Might be a whole lot of snitching going on. Very possible. So,
A lot of snitching. A lot of snitching.
yeah. So
Hey, so Joey,
you never know.
So Joey says that 300 should have all the belts on the line, including the BMF, and get some fan favorite matchups.
So I think the
I like
BMF title
I
is
like that idea.
is up for grabs. Isn't Benoit Saint-Denis fighting Justin Gaethje?
No, he's fighting Poirier.
Oh yeah, he's fighting Poirier.
he's
That's
fighting
right.
Poirier, bro.
Who's Gaethje fighting?
Poirier is gonna have a bad night, dude.
I think so too, man.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Poirier is gonna have
Justin's
a bad
not-
night.
He
Yeah, 'cause
derailed
Justin wants
Steamroller,
the,
man.
Yeah, Justin wants the Islam fight, so I think he'll wait for that. But he could, in fact, headline UFC 300. Justin Gaethje's the fucking highlight, so would be very deserving. It's just the opponent, though. Who's he gonna fight? Fucking Nate Diaz? Like Nate Diaz wants the 300 main event. Unfortunately, he's not gonna get it.
He's not getting it, bro.
Nah.
I honestly, I think the 300 main event's going to be Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya.
Dude,
a new weight class. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be.
Rumor has it
that I'm right.
Islam Makhachev wants to fight and will probably be fighting Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, I think they'll wait for the international fight week to do that and stack it up with Jones and Stipe possibly. But yeah, again, we revert back to UFC 300 pyramids, no main event, but I like the Izzy, and because I mean, look at Duplessis and Strickland next week. We'll get to that bout. How much heat would it be? Because I know they want that fight though. Izzy probably wants maybe the rematch, or there's heat with Duplessis. We'll see what happens. That could be a turnaround where fucking Duplessis does to Sean Strickland, and then you got Izzy and Duplessis as a 300 main event.
I hope not, bro.
And Alex Pereira fights on the.
I don't like Dricus.
Well,
it sounds like some venereal disease, bro. Honestly, it's like what? Why were you out from work? I went to the doctor. Said I got Dricus. What is Dricus? Sounds like a leaky dick syndrome. I got Dricus.
Well, speaking of
my dickus.
Speaking of Dricus, personal trash talk gone too far, right, Rudy? Is it just downright offensive, or are people just way too offended, or fighters need to kind of pump the brakes on some of this shit too, right? Because I'd rather just see him fight in the street than have the shit talk, right? Like,
I don't know, man. I think it's. I don't think anything's off limits, man. Honestly, except for somebody's kids. That's something 100% off limits. But your childhood trauma or their intermarital freaking relationships where they have their ex-husbands living with them and their wives, and I don't care, bro. None of that shit's off limits, man. None of it's off limits, man. And if you're not man enough to just chalk it up as like, whatever, dude, that's fucking stupid, I would laugh. I'd laugh along with you. That's pretty funny, man. My wife's husband thinks that's fucking funny too. I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit shouldn't bother these guys. And I don't know. I guess people handle trauma different ways, but I don't know. Is it in bad taste? Yeah, but fuck it, dude. It's a fight game. It's a fight biz.
Yeah, it's not the be nice
Fucking
business.
deal with it.
Words of Dana White.
In
You
the
know,
words of
so
Dana White, this is not the be nice business.
Yeah,
This is the fight
I like
business.
Duplessis.
definitely.
I really do. I think he's an amazing fighter, but outside of the cage, like I said, I don't care what people do outside of the cage, but this dude does some weird shit with his coach. I'm sorry. And that's kind of shit I just can't look past. He's weird, bro. He's just weird. And I don't know, man. He just looks he looks a little racist, bro. He wanted to drop that N-word with Izzy. He did. Let's be real, folks. No, I'm just
Man.
kidding. Then we're starting rumors.
I
Duplessis
know,
is
right?
racist.
All of a sudden, it's gonna be on fucking spread
Seeing
across
it-
the internet tomorrow. PvP, racist.
Yeah,
Nah.
since we last did a show,
Yeah,
we
he
last did a
mouth
show, of
kisses.
course, we had
He
the whole.
mouth kisses that motherfucker, dude. He mouth kisses his
What?
coach. Yeah, bro. You remember when they were in
Jesus
France,
Christ, yo.
UFC Paris or France? They were like making out, not making out, but taking these weird, just let's just say homoerotic photos in front of the Eiffel Tower. That's a little weird, bro. Why are you doing that? I was just like, dude, I like this guy. I was like, man, this dude's fucking awesome. He's badass, He's a badass fighter. And then I start seeing these photos and I'm like, oh man, I don't know about
It is
this
what it
dude.
is.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Hey, but
I
see,
really don't care, but don't pretend that let's all go back to telling the truth. Don't pretend that, don't pretend, if you love him, just say you love him. I'll be okay with that. I don't care. Just don't try to make us guess.
so thinking,
They
well, as
probably
far as the trash
tower
talking
each
goes,
other.
as far as the trash talking goes, boys, though, it got to make you appreciate what Michael Bisping, one of the best trash talkers in the game. Chael didn't even need a cuss to trash talk. He was that legendary. So now it's got to this point where, like you said, Rudy, the kids, fucking wives, the husbands, and shit like that. Like, it's the fight game. It's brutal. It's going to continue. It's probably going to get worse before it gets any better. And fuck, man, like, yeah, since we last did a show, of course, the whole Colby Covington thing with Leon Edwards, and of course, Dricus Duplessis and
Yeah,
Strickland.
and
We'll
that was
see,
some fucked up shit.
next week.
What he said about Leon's dad and shit. And a lot of people, like I said, man, you're entitled to say whatever you want. You give somebody enough rope, they're gonna hang themselves. A lot of people get turned off by shit like that. So that's the great thing about freedom of speech. You give somebody enough freedom to say what's really on their fucking mind. They really show you who they are. And whether you're doing it as an act or not, it's like, bro, you gotta self-regulate. It's
Yeah, and
just
on that topic, though,
weird.
to touch on that real quick before we move on is, Rob, of course, like the Colby Covington situation. You think a lot of that trash talk, it was kind of overloaded and it affected his performance? Because Colby Covington out there looked like shit. All Leon Edwards did was basically fucking kick him for 5 rounds and stalled him out. It wasn't an exciting fight. It was, the buildup was great, and then it became the trash talk, right, Rob? And then the fight itself, disappointing to say the least.
Well, yeah, and I mean, Colby hasn't been. He didn't what? He was off for what 5 fucking years before he stepped into the
Yeah.
cage. So,
Yeah.
yeah, there's talk about ring rust and all that shit, whatever, right? But he was training. But I think for Colby is you have the Colby behind closed doors that's probably
Yeah, the
training
character.
and hitting hard and just being himself. Then you got the Colby that we see on the spotlight, the trash
When he's in
talker,
full character.
the
Yes.
wannabe Mr. Rico Suave with sunglasses and all these fucking chicks, right? Then when it comes down to for when you got somebody else that's doing the trash talk and not stepping back like most of his opponents, that could play a big factor in your mind game and probably did not like it, and I could have affected him in the cage and in the fight with Leon. But then you got Leon Edwards, man. I mean, Leon's been active, and you know, so I think it's I just think Colby needs to just chill out and just focus on his training and not worry
He's
about.
already defeated himself, bro.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't see
of course he defeated himself.
I don't see Colby ever getting to that point ever again.
No,
Um,
the Colby that we used to see a long ass time ago when he first, you know, came into the spotlight, and you know, he would back up his words, and he would do
Yeah.
it in fucking brutal fashion, right? Now you
Yeah.
see this one that came in and fought Leon Edwards. Like, come on, dude. There's
I think well, I'm talking about the trash talk is going to get worse before it gets any better. Him
Yeah,
and
Joey.
Ian Gary is an eventual matchup, right, Rudy? That I think we all can entertain. And Mark, I know that's probably a fight.
I don't
Maybe
know,
somebody-
man. Ian Gary has his eyes set on Sean Strickland for some reason. He
Mhm.
can't get him out of his mind. He has his wife's boyfriend writing him letters to say, like a hostage fucking victim. He's just looking
He
down
wants
and
Strickland to
and
join
saying,
in.
yeah, we don't like bullies. I mean, I don't like bullies. We want you. I mean, I want you to stop talking about my wife. And, bro, give it a rest already, man. And he's gonna move up. He's gonna move up in weight to go
Ian
and
Gary's
beat
wife
Sean
is in Strickland's
Strickland.
DMs, okay?
So yeah. Now you know who's in Strickland's DMs? Nina Marie.
Yeah.
Shots
Now, weren't they
fired.
doing? Hey, weren't they
She's
doing
fucking
a
hilarious,
fucking
though.
bottle rocket wars or something? He got hit in
Yeah,
the
dude.
face with like a
4th of
Roman
July.
candle.
Yeah,
I've seen a video.
that was funny, dude.
It's part
Later,
of the
dude.
training camp, right? You got to die. That fucking, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Going back to the Colby, I think it's just this is going to be a huge. I hope this was a huge wake up call for him.
Nah.
Eh,
This
I
is
mean,
probably this is the height of his career, bro. And
that's what I'm saying. This
I don't
is
know, man.
probably
The way I see it, dude, he came out fired up, bro. He was excited. Donald Trump was going to be there. He was talking mad shit, and he was doing great. He was doing great. It was funny. The crowd was into it. And then when he said that stupid shit, you know, I don't know, you could just feel the energy get sucked out. And then he realized how stupid he looked. And to me, man, I think that was just a defining moment. If he wouldn't have said that shit, he probably would have done better. I just think he knew, like, fuck, I just
That
unleashed
was disappointing.
a beast.
That one.
And then he's thinking, like, just thinking to himself, like, man, I'm gonna lose in front of Donald Trump at home, in front of all these people. I talked all this shit. You know, I even wore some stupid, goofy fucking blue suit with a wig.
Yep.
You know, I don't know, bro. That's being too much in the character. Like I said, you give somebody enough rope, they hang themselves. And I think that's what he
for
did.
sure.
Yep.
Yep.
Did you guys hear Ray Longo's take on that about Colby Covington?
Oh yeah,
Trash
bro.
talk?
Ray Longo ripped him a new one, bro. He's not as forgiving as I am. He's not forgiving at all, especially on that dude.
No, he's not.
I'm forgiving on anything except hurting children. You hurt a kid, and you're like, fuck you.
Oh, dude, you're fucking dead.
He said that. What did he also say? That's Colby's the reason Trump's going to lose the election. Shit was gold, man.
Oh, that was horrible, bro. Like Trump was just like, you know, when he's giving his speech, Colby's talking about him. Trump's just like, shut the fuck up. I don't know this guy.
I don't know. Why am I even here?
I'm old.
Oh shit. All right. Next topic.
From welterweight to the heavyweight kingpin, to the heavyweight kingpin himself, John Jones had an elbow surgery. So pec surgery,
Again.
elbow surgery. The Jones sweepstakes. He wants Stipe, and I know he's been going back and forth with Tom Aspinall, but like I was listening to Luke Thomas today. Luke Thomas is the realist too out there. The MMA media hasn't been the same since him and Ariel have been banned, but he made a great point that a lot of stuff that Jones has been saying that like his tenure in the company, like given he is the GOAT, that Tom hasn't been chasing John Jones, right? Aspinall's been in the heavyweight game. Jones has won fight as a heavyweight. Jones is known to fight all the killers, the up and coming studs, and for some reason he wants that Stipe fight. And Luke Thomas said, like, just go out and say it. Like, you need to hold that belt to make the money, and if that's his last fight, he's got to come out and say it, and not say Tom doesn't deserve it. Because I 1,000% think Tom Aspinall deserves the fight for the outright title. Right?
Yep.
Bro,
He's the interim champ for a reason.
Tom deserves the title fight. He deserves it.
He deserves
John
the title
Jones
fight, but you
He's
know what?
wanting an easy fucking win. That's all it is.
I don't see it that way, bro. I think
I do.
when you made a contract and you made a deal to sign a fight and you're getting ready for this dude. I mean, you have your mind made up, man. When you get to that kind of status, bro, you put in your time, you put in the work, you do what that John Jones has been able to do. I think you can call the shots, man. You can call the shots at some point. People bitch and moan about these fighters not making enough money, but when they get in a position like this, you don't want them calling the shots. It's a little hypocritical, don't you think? Think about it, bro.
Jones has held the belt. He brought up the light heavyweight reign, you know what I mean? Which I mean, of course, John fucking, is the GOAT outright. Like, he does, in fact, I guess the Stipe fight is the fight we've wanted, but my God, we've waited 8 years for that.
Honestly, I would much rather see Tom Aspinall fight. Does he deserve it? Hell yeah. But guess what? Just because you deserve it doesn't mean that you should get it. I think that boils down to the matchmakers, to the owners, and ultimately to the GOAT, bro, John Bones Jones. Let him call his shots, man. Let him go out right off into the sunset. Everybody wants to see this dude get fucking murked, and I don't want to see him go out like that, bro. It would be fun. It would be a great fight if they made him do it. It'd be fun if he actually agreed to want to do that shit. I think it'd be a fun fight, exciting to see new blood versus old blood. But he knows what he wants to do, and he wants him to get that payday and right off into the sunset. I can't blame him, bro.
Yeah, and John Jones is a guy who's not necessarily like cherry picked his opponents. It's just like you said, Rudy, his status, and I guess he has been preparing for Stipe. But it is, in the grand scheme of things, like, Jones, if he's accepting just any fight all the time, he would kind of lose leverage with the company. Like, he signed a 10-fight deal for a reason. Like, the UFC owns John Jones, so he's not going to let that title go. He went out. We've seen 30 seconds of John Jones at heavyweight. So hopefully he rehabs. We see International Fight Week. We see that play out, him and Stipe, and hopefully Stipe is training, doing well too, because he was fucking limping around last time we seen him. But yeah,
I think worst case scenario, if they have the date lined up and Stipe gets hurt, we're going to see Tom Aspinall versus John Jones, and I think that's going to be a very high probability of happening, bro. So whether you like it or not, I think it still may happen. It's still in the cards, man. We've seen that happen with Stipe before, and man.
I hope it does happen. I do want to see the Aspinall versus Jones. But am I saying if Aspinall is going to win? No, I don't know, right? We don't know who's going to win. But it would be a fun fight.
Yeah.
It would
but you gotta understand my point of view too, bro. Like, how many of these fighters go in there and they don't know when to call it quits. They don't know when to call it quits, and
of course,
you know what I'm saying. And then they get knocked out once, and then they go out again, and they get knocked out again, and they keep going, and people are just like, when is this going to stop? Well, you didn't want them to stop, and now he's got it in his head that he's going to keep going. Now, John Jones. Let him call the shots, bro. Let him fuck. Yeah, Kukui, bro. That's a prime example. Sometimes you just, I don't know, man. I don't want to see. I don't want to see John Jones go out like that, bro. Not saying that it would happen, but I think Aspinall has a way better chance of making that happen than Stipe does.
Yeah, I like that scenario playing out though, Rudy. Aspinall's kind of got to wait. I don't know if the UFC is really like pushing the envelope to get him back in there. I know Jason Almeida, Curtis Blades got a fight lined up. That's a potential matchup for him, but he's kind of got to wait around, and I think that's the thing. He doesn't want to be waiting around. He wants to fight, and they may in fact rush him before he even There is a potential stand-in for Stipe and Jones. So, but I like that scenario definitely, man.
Mm-hmm.
And if it does play out like that, pyramids.
Yeah, for sure.
We called it first.
Yeah. But moving on from UFC, well, we'll get to some matchmaking, but Power Slap 6. Well, actually, Power Slap's approved for Cali, so we'll be seeing some shows in California. It's Cali, of course, but Power Slap moving out. Maybe they'll eventually make it to New Mexico. We talked to a lot of the Power Slap guys on this show about that happening, and I think it would do very well in Arizona, in New Mexico. But Power Slap 6 is going to have a live crowd. A lot of people are going to actually see an event and not try to hate and talk shit and say that it's this and that. Because I mean, generating a lot of interest. I think Waylon Frost has got about a lot of the homeboys that have been on the show. They'll be on it, so they're still building that card up. But I know you guys heard the news. Power Slap is officially going to have live crowds. So
Yeah, I've been
fucking
watching.
awesome, dude.
I've been watching the events every Wednesday night. Is it Wednesday or Thursday? No, it is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Last night, yeah. So I watch them every night, bro. I watched it last night and I kind of fell asleep watching. I didn't see the last fight, but yeah, man, it's fun to watch, dude. Something to do on a Wednesday night. I remember people giving me shit for watching it when it first came out. I'm like, dude, there's nothing else on. Like, what else? What do you want me to do on a Wednesday? And it's fun, bro, and it's generated a lot of steam. Gets, I think Dana White said that this is like nobody's ever done what they've done. Like for a startup business like them to generate profits the way they are, that nobody's been able to ever do that before. Not even the UFC. So that's got to mean something, man. People are watching it.
And also speaking of watching, shout out to Jesse Nutting. I seen you in the chat earlier. What's up, homie? We'll get you on the show, do some breakdowns. Jesse's always solid with the picks. We'll get to the picks of UFC on Kylev and Walker later portion of the show. I can send you the link if you want to jump on, Jesse. I've seen you in the chat, brother. Dude, fight bookings.
Just send him the link, man. If he jumps on, he jumps on. Just go send it to him.
Okay. And fight bookings. UFC Mexico. Rob, this is the card. We said it should have took place in the fucking Bull Arena. But
bro, if they did it in a fucking Bull Arena in Mexico City, dude, that fucking event would be amazing.
And it's building up nicely.
Amazing. It is, dude.
They just added was it Manuel Torres against Chris Duncan, and of course they had to get Raul Rosas Jr. against Ricky Turcios. He's the bantamweight Kylo Ren, right, Rudy?
Oh yeah, bro. He's fighting.
But seeing Raul Rosas make that walk, he's going to be wearing that sombrero, showing out. It's going to be lit, man. UFC Mexico's lined up nicely, and it's capped with Brandon Moreno. We got Brian Ortega against Yair Rodriguez. Come on, man! There we go.
We're throwing a pachanga.
And moving up, UFC
Hey,
Vegas.
bro, you know what? We need to have UFC 300 in Ecuador.
In Ecuador.
You know what's going on in Ecuador right now?
A bunch of fucking people coming in to America.
The cartels, bro. The cartels took over, man. They started attacking universities and they took over a news station and held people hostage. And they were fighting with the military. It's gone all balls to the wall crazy over there. This whole world's going insane right now, bro. I don't know if you guys know this, but the entire fucking world is going insane. German farmers are fucking protesting for the past 4 days. Poland is protesting right now. Their shitty ass government. Israel's bombing people. Freaking America's bombing people. Russia's bombing people. Everybody's getting bombed, bro. Everybody's getting bombed, except
and Miami is having even more aliens.
I'm sick of it.
There's Chinese spies running through fucking New Mexico and Texas. So.
We got Chinese fucking spy balloons going across the entire United States.
Jobs, going to concerts and bear stealings out of fridges, though.
Probably
just last year.
No, probably.
Man. Yeah, outside the cage news for damn sure. That's a whole other show, right? Soon, 2024.
Soon.
My segment becomes a full-on podcast soon.
Yep.
I think so. We're gonna have to do it, man. Seriously.
But moving on in fight bookings, fellas, UFC Vegas 88, March 23rd. Our boy Fernando Padilla was added to the card. I don't know why he wasn't put on
Yeah.
UFC Mexico, but
He should
timing,
have
of
been,
course,
man.
training.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Should have
Fed. He's
been.
fighting Luis Pajuelo, and they
Mm.
added Cody Gibson, Davey Grant, and Ricardo Ramos versus Julian Arosa. Julian Arosa, of course, that's Fed, Fed defeated him in his UFC
Mm.
debut. UFC Atlantic City, March 30th. Bruno Silva versus Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman's back.
Wow, Chris Weidman is back.
It might be his last fight. I heard an interview. We'll have to get Coach Longo on to hear about that because it could be honestly Weidman's last walk. And yeah, necessary, man. That's their neck of the woods, Atlantic City. There's a couple other guys, Longo guys on that card as well. I think Dominic Reyes is fighting Carlos Olberg, and that's kind of they're doing Dominic Reyes dirty with that one, right? Like,
Oh yeah, man.
yeah, and
They
Chidi and Jokawani versus Reese McKee. They're kind of doing Reese McKee pretty dirty right there too. You know what I mean? So, but Dennis Bazooka out of Sarah Longo camp, he's fighting on that card too against Connor Matthews. UFC 299, Poirier versus Benoit Saint Denis. I don't get it. I understand that Poirier doesn't want to wait, and they offer him fights. He's got to take a fight, but Benoit Saint Denis is a fucking killer, man. Like,
Bro,
geez.
BSD is going to lay the fucking hammer on Poirier, bro.
It's a dangerous fight. What
Yeah.
Poirier number 3 against number 12.
Bro.
I don't know, bro. You don't give into the hype, man. Fucking Poirier's boxing. He could pick this motherfucker apart without people even
but
realizing
can he
it.
actually come back if he gets in trouble? Can he actually come back from this fight like he has before in other fights?
What are you talking about,
He's a
bro?
dangerous motherfucker.
What have you seen out of Poirier that tells you he can't take someone on like Benoit Saint Denis?
Right. You know, look what he's done in previous fights against people like Gaethje and the first fight.
I'm giving Benoit Saint Denis, mad props, dude. Dude's impressive as hell, man. He's an amazing fighter, bro. Not taking anything away from this dude, but you got to remember who he's fucking facing here, motherfuckers.
Hot sauce, Louisiana style. No,
Dude,
but listen to this
hot
though.
sauce is the bomb.
Listen to this rundown though, Rudy. You said UFC 299 is basically UFC 300.
Yeah.
Okay, it's main evented by Sean O'Malley, Marlon Chito Vera 2, Poirier Saint Denis co-main event, Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Maddalena, Kevin Holland versus Venom Page, Curtis fucking Blades against Jayton Almeida,
Chills, bro. Chills.
Kaylin Chukagian versus Macy Barber, Mateus Gamrot versus RDA. Come on, that's the main card.
Dude, that fucking main card, if it stays the way it does, bro, that 299 is going to make more money than 300.
You know who's the main event of the prelims on this card? It's so stacked. It's Song Yadong against Peter Yan.
Yep. Yeah, this event is stacked, bro. I'm excited for it,
bro.
And I think they just added this card is so stacked that Michelle Pereira is the second fight of the night.
Yeah, fighting Michael Olekchik.
That's right,
dude.
They just announced that
From
fight,
the first fight of the prelims to the main event, bro. It's like this is going to be a 10. On paper, it looks like a 10.
Yeah, hopefully it all stays intact, or else like I don't know what UFC 300. It could be a letdown. I mean, there is
nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
That's UFC 300 in a nutshell.
Yeah, we're all going to be let down as fight fans, and I know they added Magnum Weili against Jan Zeman, which is dope fight. Really like it. I mean, but nothing close to UFC 299. I just
you ever finger blast the Octomom in the octagon?
Oh shit! That should be on UFC 300.
But yeah, and the UFC 299 is taking place in Miami too. So like UFC, they keep going back to Miami. They've been generating some huge gates, and I have a feeling this will probably be the biggest gate that they've done. Absolutely,
bro. 299 is.
But we got to talk about UFC going in order. UFC 300. They added Zhang Weili. They did add Charles Oliveira against Arman Tsarukyan. That's a necessary fight. I know the champ's out. That's a title eliminator, right? Because Charles has got to go through one more killer, and maybe he gets the rematch because he had his shot to show up. He didn't, and now he's got to fight Arman Tsarukyan, right? So
yeah.
But yeah, some super legit matchups, man, leading out to Juicy 300. But we're still in the pyramids phase of finding out who's the main event. But I think we've discussed most of the potential matchups and what they may be. We'll see in a couple weeks. It has to be announced soon. So
Oh, it's gotta be, man. At least in the next couple weeks, man. They need to announce who the main
yeah.
event is. I bet
All
you,
right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the part of the show where Mark talks about his sexual proclivities.
What?
Mark, take it away.
Wait, what? What are we talking about?
how you like it up the ass.
Oh,
No, I don't.
shit.
But a little smack in the ass.
We got
You
some
what?
outside the cage. Well, we got some non-fight related stories that we want to get to. Right?
Yeah, man. We got some non-related fight stories, Rudy.
Well, we already touched on some aliens. We touched on, like Rudy said, the world's fucking crumbling before our eyes. And this guy in Toronto is running fucking 242 marathons in 1 year. Out of Toronto, Mark.
Bro, I ran a full marathon, and it took me at least a month to recover.
Well, this guy's literally
trying
the
to
fucking.
do 204. This guy's like the Iron Man.
No, he's like the Canadian Forrest Gump. Have you seen the picture
There
of
you
him?
go.
Rudy, do you have that?
Right
POV?
there. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on, dude. Let's see.
His name's Ben Popejoy. Yeah.
Pope Joy.
Ben
He's the fucking
Popejoy.
Canadian Forrest Gump. Yeah.
Yep. He just decided to run.
And I kept running.
And running.
Man, you know what that reminded me? Jenny was a bitch.
Jenny was a whore.
Yeah, she was a
No, he
bitch
got-
and a whore.
No, he got fed up with all the Canadian.
Like, what the fuck?
No, he got fed up with all the Canadian rules and regulations and fucking restrictions, so he just started running. Fuck it, marathon after marathon.
And Mark's his
Right?
coach.
I'm not saying a goddamn word.
You wanted some of that?
But yeah, shout out to that dude. Because I mean, if you could break that record that he's officially set, that's like the Guinness Book of World Records. Like, shout out to you. Like, you are
Bro.
the real Forrest
If
Gump.
this
But
guy,
until
if
proven
this
other-
guy does it, we need to fucking get him on the show.
yeah, would be necessary. Especially because he's Canadian. We need some extra Canadians on the show here and there, right?
Yeah, we do. Yes.
I'm working on it. Okay.
Yeah. But what was the other one too, Rudy? Did you have?
Speaking of world records, breaking world records, we got this guy that's an Indian man punches punching bag for 55 hours and 15 minutes. He broke
What?
the world record, bro. Yes.
Yeah.
Look it up, bro. 55 hours
Like how?
punching a punching bag. Like, what the fuck?
That's
That's like
boring.
some
Like,
modern
how
day,
hard
like-
was he? How hard was he doing it though?
That's what she said.
Well, he said he's a martial artist, so of course he trained or so. But for 55 hours and 15
Yeah, but that's a
minutes,
hell of a marathon.
marathons to fucking punching a punching bag 55 hours straight. But he's officially set the Guinness Book of World Records. So,
Yep.
y'all out there listening, if you want to challenge this dude, you better be ready. You know, you got to be a Shaolin monk of the modern era. You know what I mean? The top down.
Do it for 55
Oh,
hours and 16 minutes.
Yeah.
Just add one
Wow.
more minute. One more.
That will never be broken, ever.
Dude.
Unless like CM Punk breaks
Oh.
it, like or what's the name? Dylan Dennis might break it, right?
Oh my god.
Do not mention those names.
What do you
Dildo
what
Dennis?
his quote says? No, it's
I
the
think
guy.
I think that's the first time anybody's mentioned Dildo Dennis in 2024. We're 11 days in, and no one has mentioned him at all in this
Of course, it has
world.
to be David, right?
Not even
Sorry.
people that know him have said his name. They're just like, "Hey, you dickhead."
And what's
Wow.
this about this venomous snake removed from public toilet in Australia?
Oh yeah, like
Oh,
you're
that's
not
like a
safe.
common occurrence.
right?
Yeah, like you're totally
Could
not
you
safe
imagine you go over
anywhere.
there and you take a shit at the middle of the night and something crawls up your fucking hole?
Up your
Hey,
hole?
in Australia, you could get bit by anything and like you're dead. They don't have like the anti venom, like anything over there can
Oh,
kill you.
dude, you are toast, bro.
I don't know how they
Australians have
do it.
like gargantuan of everything.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
Every insect, every animal out there is just huge.
Like it's not safe even taking a shit in a public toilet over there, obviously, right,
It's
Rudy?
not, dude. It is not. No.
Oh man. But
Mm.
I guess that should sew up outside the cage news, first edition 2024.
Yes.
We've got everything so far in the new year, boys. We're fucking 10 days in, 11 days. We got aliens, the world's crumbling. Dylan Dennis hasn't been mentioned. I'm sorry. Cat Williams. Yeah.
Oh,
So.
bro, don't even start with Cat Williams, dude.
You guys want to see the orb in Medellin, Colombia? Check it out.
Yes.
Let's see if I can get it on here.
Bueno, mi gente, les cuento que todo el mundo se está bajando a grabar esto, parce.
Doesn't it get on fire or something like that?
Venga, yo miro a ver si les alcanzo a... Mire eso. Venga, yo miro, es que el zoom no me da mucho. Pero no sabemos bien qué es. Es algo como con una forma ovalada.
These people are freaking out, bro.
Está todo el mundo grabando eso. Mire, gente, mire. Eso tiene un zoom muy feo.
These people are legit freaked out.
Mire.
Well, yeah,
Esto
there's
es
like
en otros
something in the sky
planetas,
that
en otros universos. La verdad.
Been seeing some weird shit, bro. I saw this video. Maybe it's on the site, but I saw this video. This dude, this amateur drone enthusiast, he was flying his drone for the first time, and he caught this like orb, bro. This black orb that just came out of the sky and fucking was surveying this area. It was insane, bro. It was like the creepiest thing I ever seen. I think it's on the site, but it was crazy, bro. The detail. Most of these videos come out like grainy and shitty, and you're like, dude, what year are we? But this one was just perfect resolution.
Wow.
Yeah, very rarely do you see like clear cut footage, which, like you said, given the technology we have, it's like, what did they film it with, a fucking iPhone 3? You know what I mean?
Dude.
So,
Nokia.
Yeah, I'm looking at my buddy's site.
Nokia flip phone.
I had seen it. Scott had posted something about this on his site. I don't see it anymore.
Jay Durham, our buddy there, he says that y'all think them was aliens in Miami.
No, they weren't, bro.
They were illegal.
No, it was a bunch of black dudes, starting shit in the mall. They were fighting, and then somebody said that they had a gun, and they started letting off fireworks, bro, inside the mall, and that's why people thought there were guns. So the police responded in force. Dude, they thought there was people fucking dying. They weren't aliens, dude. That was the dumbest shit. I saw videos, people posting videos. It was aliens. Why did they shut down the airspace? Why did they turn the power? Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, seriously, that's dumb. They weren't aliens, man.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not saying they were aliens.
I know which
aliens.
This is not something that was aliens, bro. I'm not going to discredit real aliens out there.
It was illegal aliens.
And if it's anybody that knows about aliens,
it was
yeah. New Mexico.
Hey, what's up?
We know about aliens because we live in New Mexico and we've seen a lot of fucking weird shit in the sky.
Canada as well, thanks to George. So
but George, he's on a different level of alien abductions, bro.
Wow. Yeah, he was.
Here it is, bro.
To retire, huh? That's why he retired from the sport of MMA, because the alien said, "Dude,
let me show you this video just so you guys see what I'm talking about." It's
Carlos Condit made him see aliens.
Jay.
Check this one out, bro.
Oh, look at this shit. Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Like, that's creepy, bro. Like, this thing just drops out of the sky. And then he just follows it around, bro. He follows this stupid thing around. You can see it right there in the street. You see it? And then it's going down, it's going down. And then he's able to like zoom in really close to this fucking thing. Look at that shit, bro. What is that? What the fuck is that?
It's a
What the
UFO,
fuck
bro.
is that, bro?
It's like a mini
UFO.
Millennium Falcon.
Look at that, dude. What is that? What is that? What
Man.
is
It ain't.
that?
It ain't no drone. I can tell you that right now. It's no drone.
Like if that's, I mean, that's some kind of alien fucking drone. If it is a drone, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's
obviously
aliens,
looking
bro.
for something, dude. What the fuck?
It's looking for a
China.
home.
They're at it again. China. They're everywhere.
It's the Jews. It's some conspiracy on everything. It's the Jews. No, it's the Russians. It's the Chinese. It's Americans, man.
It is too. Yeah, you're right. Good point.
Look at Jay. He says he guarantees by the end of this year, aliens will not only be abundantly here, they will have their own TikTok.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
No, they'll fucking have like the Independence Day. They'll send the signal fucking embedded to like TikTok.
And then
or
when they
something.
take over TikTok, they're going to change the name to El TikTok.
El TikTok.
They'll
El
use our
TikTok.
own fucking apps against us. You know, so what's gonna happen?
Oh my
Man, we got way off topic, bro.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah.
we did, but it was funny as hell. I don't give a damn.
Concludes outside the cage news. Everybody listening, we're back in full effect for 2024. We're living in the future. More aliens to come. But
More
But-
aliens to come.
we have our first UFC card of the year. UFC Fight
Hell
Night.
yeah. Even
It is,
Rudy's dogs are happy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're excited.
UFC Fight Night. Magomed Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker 2. And of course, we got to start with that shitty ass poster. They got to start the year off with this terrible poster. Come on, man.
Dude, this poster is garbage, bro. Garbage. I'm going to give it a fat 0.
I've tried to make ours somewhat close to it, but like I couldn't make it hurt my eyes enough, right, Mark? Because it hurts your fucking stoner eyes, right?
It does. It hurts my stoner eyes. I would give it a stinky deuce.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. This is very bad. Very
This
bad.
poster sucks ass, bro.
You know, I'm gonna give it a 2, bro. You know,
Why?
because it's, you know, they have a 2 right there, so that's what I'm gonna give it.
So they rated their own poster already.
It's a rated 2 for doo doo.
I know you gotta love it how it just says 2, or it just says like Allah, Allah, Allah on top, and then it's like Walker, 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 Walker on the bottom.
I
Right?
hate that,
Genius.
dude.
You know what I mean?
Allah Waka.
Alawak.
I was waiting for it to say Allah, Allahu Akbar.
Yeah. See,
Oh my
there's some
God.
fucking there's
That's some
some
racist shit right there.
No, it's
bro.
not.
Right? It's okay. I'll say
It's
I'll
alright.
say the bad stuff. You know, if it's my description better than you guys, I'll say it.
They're embedding it. They're putting it right in our face, right there, right there. Rudy called it. You've seen it. There you go.
Yes,
See,
yes.
real eyes recognize.
Yeah, don't be a
Yes,
bully,
please,
Mark.
bro.
I'm
Yeah,
not a bully.
Mark.
Yeah, you're a
Guys
bully,
don't give a
bro.
shit.
Don't be a bully like our boy
Me?
from One Championship. What did he say, Rudy?
So today I'm going to talk about bullies. Bullies are weak people that make fun of others around them to give themselves relevance and then make themselves feel good. They pick on the differences of humans, which is the most beautiful part of humans, their uniqueness.
Wait, what?
Uniqueness.
I really don't like bullies, guys. And there's this guy named
Okay.
Sneeko making fun of me,
Sneeko's
making fun of my
making fun of
friend,
him.
making fun of jiu-jitsu.
He seems
Calls himself a
crazy.
boxer. I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. Let's have an MMA fight. I challenge Sneeko to an MMA fight. I'm going to shut his mouth and I'm going to take the bully's lunch money.
Okay.
Bro, that's
good for him.
creepy, bro. That's creepy. Mikey Mushim, I wouldn't say that to him, but yeah, man. Don't be a bully, Mark.
Yeah,
I'm not a
Mark.
bully. Fuck you.
Don't be a bully. Bullies are mean people.
Yeah, you internet meanie. No,
What?
no. Just kidding. There's too many internet meanies these days. Everybody gets too hurt, too offended. Let's not start
What are you talking about?
2024 out with that
Nice.
trend.
Yes,
I'm a
let's
nice
start.
Canadian.
Let's start this this segment with the first fight of the prelims.
Yeah, Felipe Bunez against Josh Van, men's flyweight action.
Bro.
Felipe Bunez, he is previously the LFA flyweight champion, right? No longer, of course, but debuting against Josh Van, who looked super impressive last time out, right?
Yeah, but I mean, this guy only wins like by decisions, bro. In the second fight when he fought Nalgas Zumagulov, he won by a split decision. I mean, he's got what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 win streak. Um, I don't know, man. I think I think Felipe is going to take this fight, man.
That would be an underdog pick, right, Rudy? He's a big
Yeah.
underdog this one, right?
Yeah, he's a slight underdog, plus
Slight.
180,
Nah.
underdog. The favorite, Joshua Van, minus 220 favorite. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, representing Myanmar. 22-year-old Joshua Van, dude. He's fighting 35-year-old Felipe Bunez. I don't know, man. If you're, he kind of came into the game late, bro. I think Felipe. This is going to be a fun fight. I just think Joshua's going to win this fight, probably by decision.
Probably.
Yeah,
He does
Josh
win
is
it. It's going to
well-rounded
be by
too.
decision.
Yeah, Josh is well-rounded. He's definitely got a speed advantage. He's a young fighter, 22 years old. Like you said, Rudy Bunez has been around for a little bit. He's had like a pretty big layoff too. Van's an exciting guy. They put him in this position on the card for a reason. I think he delivers a finish. Second round KO, Josh Van. Mark, who you got?
I got Van.
You locked in Van? Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got to start off 2024 with some good picks. So
Thank
I hope so.
you.
I had a crap year last year, man.
Thank you, Emperor Ming.
Moving on the card, second fight of the prelims, Tom Nolan, 6-0 versus Nicholas Mauda. And this is a showcase fight for Tom Nolan, right? Contender series guy. I don't know. The odds got to be pretty heavy in his favor, right? I'm not looking at looking at Tapology and both. Didn't Nicholas Mauda come from Contender Series too? So
Yeah, he came from the Contender Series, bro. And he was, he was a hot prospect, and he did okay in his well, actually, no, his debut, he lost to Jim Miller of all people.
That's
and
right.
Then he won against Cameron Van Camp, and it's just the steam just right off him, bro. Jim Miller just took that shit. He derailed that hype train. Not that there was a lot of hype, but he was a prospect, man. They're feeding him to the wolves, in my opinion. Minus 290 favorite, Tom Nolan, fighting out of Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Nicholas Mota, 30 years old. Yeah, I don't see this going well for him, bro. I think he's getting knocked out. He's a plus 235 underdog. 92% of people on tap are picking Nolan to win this, and 92% of them are right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Mata had the premature stoppage his last fight. Otherwise, he might have probably been cut. But the blue chip prospect here is Nolan. This fight is geared to showcase him, his skills. He's 6-0. I don't see that going anywhere. Mata's been finished plenty of times in his career, and I think he gets finished here. First or second round, Nolan gets the job done. Moving on, men's featherweight action, Weston Wilson against Gene Silva. This is probably the biggest favorite on the card, right, Rudy? Gene Silva?
Oh, yeah, bro. This minus 800 favorite, 11-2 Gene Silva, fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, going up against Weston Wilson. 34-year-old Weston Wilson, plus 550, heavy underdog. Lost his last fight against Joe Anderson Brito. And that was his debut in the UFC. Rough start for this dude, especially at 34 years old. It's not going to get any easier for him. He's might be his last fight in the UFC, man, to be quite honest with you. This kid's bro.
Yeah, he's got some bad losses on his career. I recall him getting finished pretty bad. He doesn't. I think somebody was saying he's working with John Danaher for this camp. I think he trains with Stephen Thompson. But I think this fight.
He does. Yep.
Yeah, so his training regimen for this fight is geared towards, the grappling, the jiu-jitsu. He's got to take the fight to the ground. I think Gene Silva's definitely dangerous there, given that he hasn't fought like very top talent. But I think he's proven himself, and he's another prospect from Contender Series. I think he easily gets the job done. We're going to be blessed with 3 straight finishes right out the gate, and I'm calling him Gene Silva, second round TKO. Moving on, we have some bantamweight action with another big time prospect. The guy, him and his brother, have just been doing their thing, man. And Farid Basharat is up against a test. Taylor Lapilus, who was his last opponent? Taylor.
Colin Loughran, and I think that was in the UFC Paris event. If I'm not
That's right.
mistaken.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's the Cyril Gane fight or so, but yeah, this is a for sure true test for Basharat. Like I said, him and his brother have just been doing great things. They get great looks. I think they're training both their extreme couture guys. But yeah, man, Basharat does his thing. Great feints. He's got probably a grappling advantage here too. But Lapilus 7-fight winning streak, very well rounded. He's gritty. You got to be able to maybe. I don't know if he's able to get some takedowns, but I think Basharat's seen a lot of the stuff that Taylor Lapilus is going to bring to this fight. And but Lapilus, man, he could put pressure on him, maybe land some heavy leg kicks, make it a dog fight. It's a toss-up here. It is. I mean, I don't know if the odds are in favor of Basharat, but I think it's more of a
they are, man. He's a minus 250 favorite, plus 205 underdog for Taylor Lapilus. 11-0 Basharat going against 19-3-0. Like you said, he's won 7 in a row. Taylor Lapilus. I think this is a huge step up in competition for him, bro. And I thought the UFC would have started him off a little slower, being one of the few Frenchmen that they have out in that area. But maybe they would just want to see what he can do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I don't see this going well for him. I think Basharat will win this. It's probably going to be. I hate to say it, but it's possible sandwich fight of the night.
I got Basharat by decision.
I do too. By decision, man.
And I think he'll probably find himself in the rankings. You know what I mean? He's pretty damn close. So this is an important fight for him. And if Lapilus does pull the win off, I think the line could be a lot closer than what it's showing. But he's tough, man. Tough matchup, step up in competition for Basharat. But I think we're all in favor of Farid and very high on him and his brother for damn sure.
Yep.
Next fight up, men's bantamweight, Marcus McGahee versus Gaston Bolanos. And those that are not familiar with Bolanos, he was previously Bellator, right? A Bellator guy, taking some names out there.
Yep.
Made his UFC debut like sometime last year, I think in the summertime when he fought. But a lot of the hardcores know who Gaston Bolanos is. And Marcus McGahee has been tearing shit up, man. He's on a hell of a streak. And the guy's, I don't think he's ever been finished. I don't think either guy.
Yeah, he's been finished. But that was a long time ago. Rafael Nascimento and LFA. But ever since then, he's been fucking people up. Yeah, I'm going Marcus McGee, dude. I don't see this guy losing. He's a minus 280 favorite, plus 225 underdog for Gaston Bolanos. Yeah, bro. I don't see this working out well for Gaston Bolanos.
I'm gonna say TKO second round, bro.
Me too.
You guys are McGahee then, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think there's an underdog play here with Bolanos because, man, he goes out there and fucking goes out on his shield too. He's got spinning attacks. He's always been a fighter that's like got that kill shot and stays in the fight. So if he could stick around, second round, third round comes around, he's still dangerous and could fight a close decision. McGahee. I am gonna go with Gaston Bolanos by upset in a decision or some wicked KO. He catches McGahee.
That's a risky call right there.
Yeah. That's how it's gonna be. Moving forward, a guy that definitely goes out on the shield and is always game to the final bell. Matthew Semmelsberger versus Preston Parsons. And man, who doesn't enjoy a Matthew Semmelsberger fight? Man, this guy fucking doesn't he have like
Semi the Jedi, bro.
I'll tell you who doesn't enjoy him. Vegans. That was pretty funny, right? With the laugh track in there.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, Semmelsberger, burgers. Vegans hate burgers unless it's like a veggie burger.
Yeah,
then it's not really a burger.
Yeah. But I think the one thing to look at in the fight for Semmelsberger is the gas tank. He could gas Preston Parsons. Who did he fought a split decision fight to Trevin Giles last time? And I think, man, his cardio. I got to give him the cardio advantage in this fight, Parsons. So he could drag him out. Yeah.
And it doesn't help that Semmelsberger's taking this fight on short notice. Parsons was originally scheduled to fight somebody else. So he's taking this fight on short notice, and I don't know, man. I like Semmelsberger. You know, he's a fun fighter to watch. Both these guys are, but you know, Preston Parsons, they don't call him pressure for nothing. I think he's going to
Yep.
put the pressure on Matthew Semmelsberger and probably win this fight by cardio.
Yeah, his key. Well, there's two clear-cut ways both fighters win the fight, and like you said, Parsons with the pressure, the wrestling. I don't think he wants to stand and box with fucking Matthew
No.
Semmelsberger. And Semmelsberger's a guy, like I said, goes out on his shield. He's 4-4 in the UFC. He's an exciting fighter, but I could easily see him, like, say he gets starched out or something. This could be his ticket here. You know what I'm saying? But I think he fights his ass up like he normally does. And Preston Parsons, it's going to be a dogfight, man. Low key, I guess, fight of the night right here, right? Parsons, I got him by
Could be.
decision.
Yeah, it could be, or it could be another sandwich fight of the night.
The next fight, we know this fight ain't going to the judges, or it may just go to the judges, right? Arlovsky style.
It's quite possible, man. But I don't know, man. We got Andrei Arlovsky coming in as a heavy underdog, plus 430 underdog, against Waldo Salsa Boy Cortez Acosta, minus 600 favorite. You know, he was 9-0 before he lost to Marcos Rogerio de Lima, bro.
Yeah.
In a unanimous decision.
Yeah, that's right. I forget. That's his only loss in his blemish on his career. But
Yeah, man.
yeah, man. Like the fights with that Arlovsky wins are the guys that are slow and like plotty guys, and that's the guys he's been matched up with previous. Is like the last 4 fights. He tends to win those fights just via experience. Somewhat still has the chin there, but Waldo Cortez Acosta is going to find that chin, speed advantage, KO power. Arlovsky, man, he's like a fucking vampire, man. Like he could get 10-fight deal after getting KO'd on Saturday.
Dude,
but,
we're probably gonna see fucking TRT or Lasky, bro.
Hey, good call, Rob. It could be, you know, that's why we
I'm okay with
discussed
that.
it. Yeah, it could be. Well, he's a fucking vampire as it is, but add the TRT in, new era. Oh man,
Dude,
that's something.
I got Salsa Boy winning this, and when he wins this fight by KO in the first round, and Joe Rogan gets him on the mic, he's going to announce that he's now Salsa Man.
Depending on the weigh-ins, if Arlovsky looks fucking shredded to the gills, then I'm
He
picking
won't.
Arlovsky.
He won't.
I know.
Salsa Boy, this will be a good one over the mantle, though. He gets a KO. I'm picking him by KO, but man, if it goes past like the second or the halfway, the second round, Arlovsky's still in it. He's gonna just sneaky decision where like he may get outstruck and get like I don't know, but Aldo Cortez puts pressure on, man, and like that guy at heavyweight, the UFC's got a lot of hype behind him. They want him, you know, to get this win here, basically against Arlovsky, but he throwing that TRT, picograms, you never know. So. Mark, tell me you don't got Arlovsky, man. Cortez, right?
Oh yeah, of course I got Arlovsky.
You're picking Arlovsky.
Me.
But that is in fact the only heavyweight fight on the card. Jesse Nutting, first round KO. Waldo Cortez Acosta. I do agree with that.
Same.
Moving on, the main card kicking off. My boy, my man, Phil Haas. I know his nickname is not Megatron, but this is actually Megatron against the Hulk, against Bruno Ferreira. And Phil Haas, he needs a win, right? Man,
dude, if he doesn't win, it is curtains for him, bro.
It's Quaitons.
And he's fought some top level dudes, some hitters.
Yeah, he has.
Man, and Bruno Ferreira, I mean, after he knocked out Gregory Rodriguez, I was fucking very high on him. He got slept pretty quick in his last bout. So the matchmaking here makes sense. It's number 40 against 39 according to Tapology. But Phil Haas, man, definitely. I mean, he's got the wrestling. He's a little bit chinny, but he's got an all-around game. He's powerful. These guys are kind of the same build. You know what I mean? So Megatron against the Hulk, absolutely.
I think Phil Haas is just a better, more well-rounded fighter. Than the Hulk is, man. Bruno's just. I think what this fight's going to come down to is whose chin is better. because these guys
Yeah.
are going to go balls to the
Or
wall,
who,
man. And
or who's the quickest to land that shot, man?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's I don't know. This don't blink. This is going to be an exciting fight. I don't think
Yep.
I don't think it's going to last very long. I really don't. Um,
Round 2, bro.
yeah, I'm
Haas
conflicted,
KO.
bro. I'm conflicted. I want to see Haas win. I like the dude, but when your back's against a wall,
Mm.
you tend to just not give a fuck. And we've seen some guys. Remember last year, man? The end of the year, it's just people. All the underdogs were winning, man. And I think this
Yeah,
is
they
going to
were.
be the start of a new thing for a new year for Philip Halls, man. I think he's going to win this fight.
Yep.
I'm hoping he wins this fight. Just
Yeah, I
put it
think
that way.
Phil's cardio's got to be key. I think he's the more accurate striker. He throws like elbows and great heavy kicks too. So look for that early. But man, Bruno Ferreira, I don't think the guy's ever seen a third round, so I don't expect this fight to see the judges. And he's got that power too, man. 8 first-round finishes. I believe the fight definitely doesn't see a third round, and I'm going with Phil Haas. Gets a nice win, and the odds got to be pretty close. It's like Phil
Oh, they're
Haas
real
fighting
close, bro. Plus 105 for Phil Haas, minus 125, slight favorite for Bruno Ferreira.
Yeah, I don't like the no hype nickname, Phil, but I've always known you as Megatron, brother. So
Megatron.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Moving on the main card, an exciting bout at bantamweight. Ricky Simon, he doesn't have the mullet. Mario Bautista, I think, does have the mullet, right, in this matchup.
They swapped.
But what are the odds on this one, though, Rudy?
Oh, they're close as well, man. Minus 165 favorite for Ricky Simon. Mario Bautista is a plus 140 underdog. They're both, around the same age, 30, 31. I think Bautista has a slight height advantage. And yeah, man, this is going to be an interesting fight, bro. But if I got to pick someone, I'm going to go with Ricky Simon, dude. I think he's going to edge this fight out. He's just got more tricks in the tool bag. And I think he's going to get a decision win.
Decision. Yeah, I was going to say that too, man.
You got Ricky, Mark?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, I mean Mario Bautista. He's a surging contender. He's a O'Malley guy too. So he's got like this fight. He's trying to stay active and get a real big name because he's fought like some somewhat low level competition. This is his biggest name he's ever going to fight. Simone is probably one of the toughest guys in that division. The best wrestler by far. The guy's slick, man. His game just keeps improving. I know he lost to a Song Yadong. Song Yadong may in fact be the fucking champion
Song Yadong
by the end of 2024. But man, he's powerful. He gets those takedowns. He gets slams. He's always leveling up, man, and always a great great dude, man. Ricky Simone's legit as hell. Mario Bautista has got his hands full because the mullet's gone, so I don't know. That mullet was power though for Ricky. But we shall see. I'm picking Ricky Simone by decision. I think he gets it. It'll be a tough fight. Mario Bautista is pretty slick, and I know he's got some slick boxing.
I heard Ricky Simone still got a mullet, bro, on his balls.
Ricky Simone decision. I don't think anybody. Well, if he gets a finish, man, Ricky Simone's probably going to be fighting on UFC.
You know what?
Right?
It's a possibility. I'm going to throw it out there, dude. That this is one of those fights that gets called like a, like it gets called off by a ref stoppage. Something stupid, bro. It could be a draw.
Dude, man.
The
ref.
I got a bad feeling about this fight. I don't know why, man. I just have I feel like I had to say it. I was like, I feel something bad's going to happen in this fight.
I have a bad feeling about the main event, so we'll get to that. But this next fight, though, Jim Miller against Gabriel Magli Benitez. Cain Velasquez will be in his corner. We heard about that, right?
Yep.
But Jim Miller is looking to go in there, and I heard his the media day interview, and Sean Shelby has already told him, get the job done, come out unscathed, and you're on UFC
300. Yep.
Yeah, it's only right he fights on UFC 300. But what's the fight that we said that he's never fought Bobby Green, right? So like the Bobby Green fight, I don't know. Bobby Green got KO'd pretty nasty, you know what I mean? So I don't know if that's going to be a quick turnaround. It is Bobby Green, of course. Like I wouldn't be surprised. But Jim Miller against Mowgli, I think Jim Miller goes out there and just strangles him in the first round.
Yeah, I think so too, bro. Mowgli Benitez he hasn't looked good. I mean, he's got good kicks, but that's about it.
That's about it, bro.
I think he's gonna get clubbed and subbed.
Yep.
Clubbed
Very
and
Jim Miller
subbed.
fashion.
And I always root for my Mexican fighters, but not tonight.
It's Miller time. That's all I gotta say.
It's
Man.
Miller time. This guy does not go away, dude.
I got a perfect fight for him though. I know they fought before, and it's been several years, but fuck it, why not? Jim Miller against Clay Guida rematch at UFC 300. Watch
Bro,
both of them retire.
bro,
Perfect, dude. I like that.
that's a fucking junkyard dog fight to the max right there, bro.
I like the sound of that.
Yes,
The
sir.
ultimate junkyard dog title slash
That
title.
should be a title for these guys. Junkyard dog fight.
Man, it's gonna happen. I'm putting it out there.
Nah,
There we go.
that's ageist, bro. They'd be like, dude, they only get the old fighters this title. Fuck this.
If there ever was an ultimate junkyard title, Matt Brown would be the undisputed junkyard dog.
Dude,
Oh,
Matt
yeah,
Brown, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. So
Put Matt Brown against Cerrone.
Ooh.
yeah, well, yeah, that happened already though.
Juiced up
I know,
Cerrone
that's
now?
what I'm saying.
Holy
Just
shit.
do it again. We need to see it again.
Cerrone's
It's like
riding bulls for the
TRT.
PBR.
TRT
Yeah.
Cerrone, bro. Because we already
Oh,
see how
he's
he
jacked.
looks.
Yeah, he's fucking jacked.
He's
and
fucking
riding
jacked
bulls.
right now, bro. So you know he's got TRT in him.
TR
Yeah.
Tironi.
Fuck it,
TRT.
UFC 300. Fuck it, Cowboy versus Tim Means. Fuck it. Let's
There
do
you
it.
go. Let's go.
There we go.
Cowboy versus a bull.
Yeah, well, he's fighting. Is he riding Dana White's bull or something at PBR?
Yeah.
He is, dude.
He's going to.
Well, it's only right.
Yep.
That's Cowboy. So, but co-main event: Mateus Nicolau rematching Manal Cop, and I mean, it's kind of shitty that what's happened to Manal Cop. Like he's had so many fights drop out, and like the guy probably should have already fought for the title. Mateus Nicolau lost to Brandon Royval. He would in fact have got that title shot against. Or he would have got the title shot regardless. But now Manal Cop is a guy that knows this is his time to get the win and put his name on the docket for a potential title fight or a title eliminator, right?
Yeah.
Not going to be easy. Mateus Nicolau, super legit. We've had him on the show. Great guy. And it's a lot on the line for him too as well. This is a big time matchup at 125 and very deserving for the billing at co-main event.
Yeah, I got Nicolau.
I got Cap,
bro.
Plus 195 underdog for Matias Nicolau. Minus 245 favorite Manel Cop.
Put your money on Mateus, bro.
Yeah, the last 4 fights, Manel has won. And his last fight that he lost was actually against Mateus. I think he can pull off a decision, bro. A unanimous decision win. I don't see them KOing this cat. I mean, it's possible, but I don't see that happening, man.
I think he's gonna have a hard fought fight, man, and he's just gonna
Yeah,
fight his decision.
it's going to be a fun fight, bro. I don't see either of these guys finishing this fight. It's going to be a decision either way.
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully it's not as much, but yeah, I've always been high on Nicolau. Manal Cap looked pretty well. He took a short notice like debuter his last fight too, and that guy gave him all he can handle. So being this is a rematch, they're somewhat familiar with each other, so it's an exciting matchup. I'll go Mateus Nicolau by decision. But speaking of snake bitten, Magomed Ankalaev against Johnny Walker. There's always some fuckery when it involves Magomed Ankalaev fights, right?
Just do a fucking illegal 12-6 elbow on Johnny Walker. That's all. That's all that needs. With that illegal knee that he did, and now do it the 12-6 elbow, and then we're good.
I mean, what else needs to happen to like get the whole slew of like potential just bad shit to happen in a fight, like a low blow, K or DQ, an IPO? Like, what is it really like this time around? Because I'm kind of like, he should have been the champ, man. Like his only loss. I mean, the guy is super legit. And
I think what he's going to do, bro. I think what's going to happen is that he's going to like oil check Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker's going to get up super pissed off, and like the ref's going to try to stop it, and then they're going to just go at it and brawl.
Dude.
Johnny Walker.
Respect.
Johnny Walker pulls off some wicked ass submission subs on Kylev.
I'm hoping Johnny Walker pulls off some knockoff, walk off knockout, and sets up a potential Pereira fight UFC 300, dude. I want to see I want to see the Johnny Walker of old, bro. You know, the guy that and lately he's been doing it. You know, he's been kicking ass.
Yeah.
I want to see. He's an exciting fighter, bro. He's a fun guy to watch. So is Alex Pereira, dude. Imagine seeing those two monsters go at it. That'd be exciting, man.
I got to also credit to Johnny Walker's English. Have you guys heard him? Like, he's improved so much. Like,
his English has gotten a lot better, man.
Yeah, there's so many fighters, like Brazilian fighters, like Jose Aldo, like plenty of them that fought their whole for 15 years. They still don't speak English. Johnny Walker knows that, like, whatever. If he gets to the title fight, he gets these big interviews and that, it's a plus. You know what I mean? And then shout out to the damn the transcriber yesterday that the media did. Those guys deserve like an Oscar for translating both guys. You know what I mean? But I thought Johnny Walker was a translator, and it turned out he didn't. I was like, wow, that is impressive.
Yeah, and Uncle Live's coming in a minus 455 favorite, plus 350 underdog for Johnny Walker. So there's money to be made, man. I don't know, man. I the betting side of me is definitely gonna say Ankalaev. The odds are in his favor, but I just like Johnny Walker, bro. I'm gonna go Johnny Walker. I think.
Me too, man.
I don't know, man. I just see it in the stars, bro. I see it in the stars. There's gonna be some crazy flash knockout shit. I'm gonna go first round KO.
Ooh.
Fucking double eye poke, DQ, right?
Double.
I like Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker club and sub third round.
I say Johnny Walker submission 4th round.
Man, well,
Johnny Walker KO third round.
That first round pick though, Rudy, man, this fight could just get ugly right away. It could,
right?
Yeah.
These guys gonna go at it quick, man.
Yeah, they know that somebody's got to put a stamp on it. No DQs, no low blows. A 12-6 elbow would be cool, like Rob said, but
Hell yeah,
we'll see. It's very on Kylev-esque. Like, he's had everything else happen. All he left to do is get fucking 12-6 elbow, get DQ. Yeah. But,
oh man. Well,
but to do it for UFC Fight Night on Kylev Walker 2. Of course, it's on ESPN Plus. So if you don't subscribe to ESPN Plus, you're not a real fight fan. And you better go to fightbookmma.com for all the results for the events happening this weekend. There's plenty of action. The UFC is back. We will be back next week. UFC 297. Dricus Duplessis, Sean Strickland will be breaking down those fights. We may, in fact, have some mystery guests. Jesse Nutting, of course, he'll be joining us in the coming weeks, do some picks and odds. Looking forward to doing that. But, boys, it feels good to be back. 2024.
Yeah.
We made it.
And, yes. And also, don't forget, the Fightbook MMA Awards happen. It's set in stone. So go to fightbookmma.com and check out the winners. It's a good picks on this year's awards. So go check it out.
Yep.
All right, fellas. Well, that's it for our show. Thanks to everybody that's watching and or listening. Really do appreciate your support. Thank you for always supporting Fightbook MMA and our podcast, Sitting Ringside. We do this because we love to do it. And yeah, it's just us boys just hanging out, talking shit, talking fights. So if you guys, if anybody out there wants to join us as the night goes on, hit one of us up and we'll send you the link. We'll gladly love to have you jump on the show.
We like talking shit.
Yeah.
Only if you're a real fight fan.
Oh, yeah. All right, David, you know what to do, man.
Yes, indeed. Another one in the books in the new year, episode 198. We back. We ain't going nowhere. We know you missed us, and we're glad to be back. For all the latest combat sports news around the world, around the clock, go to fightbookmma.com. For all our previous episodes, wherever you get your podcasts, look us up, Sitting Ringside, Fightbook MMA. Like, subscribe, share. Hit us up there. Hit us up. For myself, Dave Rodriguez, Mark Amby Miller up north, Rudy Lara, producer at Hand Down South, and El Jefe Roberto Villa, the boss. We are sitting ringside. We out. Enjoy the fights.
Yeah, yeah.